Hey, Megan. Somebody asked me where to find us on the socials.
We are at Middle Ground Books.
And where? Which socials could we use that?
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok.
What about MySpace?
No MySpace. We're also on YouTube.
Oh, we're on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
So what are we on YouTube?
It's also just Middle Ground Books.
What, were we not creative?
You want to keep it consistent. Consistency is what we're going for.
So if somebody searches for Middle Ground Books on the internets, what are they going to find?
Our bookstore.
Hopefully they'll find us.
They'll find our website. They'll find our socials.
Will they find a podcast?
They will.
When did we start doing a podcast?
A few months ago.
Hey, and welcome to Middle Ground Books After Hours.
My name is Megan.
I'm Deborah.
And I'm Lance. We're really grateful that you've joined us this evening. We talked for quite a while with Cosmic Ron of Cosmic Atom Sound Studios and talked about the podcast and how things are going. And we discovered
It's very enlightening.
there is one person listening to our podcast in Sweden.
Hi, friend.
You know, we were so delighted that there is somebody listening.
We have international reach.
We have a friend in Sweden, and whether he or she or they or however, maybe it was a cat, maybe it just got left on like a cycle thing.
Do they actually have IKEAs where you are in Sweden, Swedish friend?
I would I can't imagine.
That's your question.
IKEA's everywhere else, like Walmart.
I know, but I'm saying like maybe now that they're here in America, like they're like not the in thing in Sweden anymore. They're like, oh, they have these in America, so that's so 2000.
Well, hopefully someone else in the world is still listening to us, because now that the place that we live has threatened to invade Greenland.
Ugh.
Like, we don't talk politics or religion in the store.
It's
but
too depressing.
I'm just not even sure what to say.
There aren't
There's
really
so
words.
much going on right now that we just don't know what to say. That's why I feel that's probably part of the reason why the biggest chunk of books that we sell every day are fantasy books.
Escape reality.
Don't you think?
I mean,
literally.
100%.
so,
Like, have you seen the reality around you? Terrible.
So yeah,
Escape into a book.
yeah,
Another world.
Not gonna go too much into religion or politics. Just for those friends who are not in the United States and listening to us, thank you for giving us the benefit of the doubt. We really appreciate it.
There's some in Australia, some in France,
Germany?
Ireland.
And there were people in the UK who listened. Hopefully, they're Irish.
No,
There was
Ireland.
Ireland.
Is separate. It's
Oh, is
Ireland.
it? Oh, okay.
One person in Ireland.
One person in Ireland. And
Bonnie, good that you're there.
made me feel a little bit bad for making fun of Brits at one point. A little bit bad. But
They probably aren't listening anymore. They listened once and were like, well,
no,
never mind.
not that guy. But, we're United States citizens, technically.
Technically.
But we did want to say a special shout out to our Swedish friend. You made our day.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
we
okay.
have, what books are we talking about? We are especially talking about books today. I've got a couple. I think Debbie's got a couple. Megan may have read this week, somewhat. So Debbie, what have you got?
So I want to talk about a fantasy book.
Okay, so what's the fantasy book?
It is called George Falls Through Time. It's by Ryan Collette. As the title suggests, it's about the character at the beginning of the story, whose name is George, is in the year 2026 in London. And his life is not going very well. Like, he's lost his job, he's lost his boyfriend, he is feeling kind of aimless, and all of a sudden he doesn't really exactly explain how it happens. It's like an emotional breakdown kind of thing where he was just like at the end of his rope, and he suddenly finds himself in a different time. And he doesn't know when it is at first, because he gets there and everybody is speaking Old English, and
That's fun.
and so like they can't understand him, and he can't understand them, and he does understand that they're saying to him, "Don't you speak English?" And he's like saying, "Yes, I'm speaking English," and they're like, "You're not speaking English." They think he's Danish, I think, at the beginning. Anyway, he gets detained by these guards who take all of his clothes. Like, he's dragged through town naked because they're like, he's wearing running shorts made with like polyester, and like, because he's coming from a park in 2026, and they're like, what is this bizarre fabric that you're wearing? And like, so yeah, they take all of his clothes and throw him in a dungeon, and he's there for quite a while before he starts to understand enough of their medieval English to be able to communicate with them. And he eventually gets out, and then he's like, what year is it? And they're like, what do you mean, what year is it? He's like, well, like what year is it? And they're like, it's year, I can't remember what they say, how many year of King Edward. And he's like, oh, I should have paid more attention in history because I have no idea what year King Edward was.
Lost.
Anyway, so it's like, you eventually find out it's like the 1300s. And yeah, he learns a lot about himself, like that he was very prideful and thinking that he was so smart and knew so much, being, a guy. He was like a computer programming person in 2026.
Oh, this is the one that you told me about, the quote that his skills of computer programming and making pasta salad were
completely useless in the year 1301.
Yeah.
So he's really humbled to realize how much he doesn't know, and he starts to, like, if you grew up in 2026 in the late 20th century and, we're living in the 21st century, and you're suddenly in a place with no electric lights, nothing motorized, and you're sitting outside in the dark at night and seeing all the stars.
Wow.
And hearing all the sounds. And so he starts to realize that he wasn't actually living in 2026, and that this living is different than what he thought it was.
I feel like if we were running or whatever and we fell back in time here to like the 1300s, I feel like we'd be better off with the Pawnee. Like, I think the Pawnee.
You mean the in Kansas,
in
Kansas, or the Kansas tribe or whatever tribe was. Yeah.
I guess here, like, we're not by the Pawnee. The Pawnee
No,
we're
we're
further
too far
north.
south for that.
The Potawatomi or.
But they would have kind of the same response. They would be like, who are you? Where did you come from?
You're dressed strangely, like what?
Yeah. So eventually, I don't want to give too much of the story away.
Well, we'll ask you
don't do that.
questions now. So my standard question: if this book was a food item,
guess what?
you thought about
I'm
it.
prepared.
Look at you.
Lance is going to ask me. Okay, so this is my thought, and it has to do with what I was saying about how he began to just, like, he had a crisis of identity, and also like just realizing what's important in life, and appreciating little things like the feel of actual dirt when he started gardening, or, like I said, the stars at night. And so a lot of it is that he's realizing that he didn't really live before. Like, he didn't see things, he didn't feel things, he didn't taste things, he didn't touch things. Like, he's suddenly eating gruel all the time. And he's like, wow, like, I haven't eaten a steak for like a year and a half, since I've been here, and things like that. And so, but then when he started getting into the nitty-gritty of life and really loving and enjoying it, then he was like, if I could go back, would I want to, And so when I was like thinking about the food, I'm like, okay, it's like the difference between eating the mass-produced styrofoam tomatoes and a really good garden juicy tomato. So it's like the book itself, it had some nasty, icky bits to it that I was like, oh, this is hard to get through. But it was important because it brought him to a better place where he could actually eat the delicious tomato and appreciate it and know what really living is.
What a real tomato's like.
Yeah.
And no, like,
True.
I
used to not think I liked tomatoes until I had a real garden tomato. It was very different from. Yeah.
Well, and don't you think, like, there are people who settle in our area and that are from bigger places, from, whether it's California or New York, or Chicago, or, a large urban area. And they just talk about how they love it here and how the pace of life is so much different. The priorities are so much different. In many ways, Emporia is such a wonderful place because it's kind of a blend of, it's not really urban, but it has.
But it's not rural and like it's completely isolated, like.
But it's
tiny,
still,
tiny town
we're
in the middle of nowhere.
like, this is an urban or a rural place.
It is,
You can drive for 5 minutes and, be in a cornfield or a bean field or on a pasture. And it's just a much different feel from, if you drive for an hour, you're 60 miles away.
You're still in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Megan, what's your book?
So the one I just finished is called Galentine's Day. That is coming up.
So is it about Christmas?
No, it's about Galentine's Day.
Okay, so guilt testing question. When did that become a thing?
I don't know if it started with, but when I think it became more popular because of the show Parks and Recreation.
Leslie Knope invited
She's awesome.
all of her female friends to a
brunch.
Galentine's Day brunch.
Yeah, it's the 13th of February, and so it's time for girlfriends to get together and talk and reconnect, and that's what this book is about. So it follows 3 best friends from their high school days up until like their mid-30s. And
Just
every
February 13th.
Yes, every year they are dedicated, we have got to do this every year. And it starts because one of the girls, this boy breaks up with her and she's all distraught, and it's right before Valentine's Day. And so they have a sleepover and committed to and they do, they get together every year, and they're in very different places as the years go through.
Oh,
and
sure. Because those years are major changes.
Yeah.
College.
And none of them go to the same school. And one of the girls early on in her college years ends up pregnant and has a baby. And so she goes through on a very different track than the other two do. And
did you tell us the author and I missed it?
Oh, no, I probably didn't. Rebecca Anderson.
Okay.
So it's told through, and in between the Galentine's Day stories where they're, they're in person, they have a lot of text conversations back and forth. And sometimes it's, their lives get hectic and they don't have time for each other, but they still have committed to getting together every year.
At least once a year.
And and then the dynamics of the 3 of them, because 2 of them were friends before the 3rd one joined their little group. And so then, there's just lots of
So is this a fantasy then?
Thing. No.
Well, no. I mean, I'm kind of asking because I know for guys, that really doesn't happen.
You're saying a lifelong relationship.
When life happens, typically a group of guys becomes a smaller group of guys, becomes a smaller group of guys, becomes
I think, but female friendships are different, I think. I mean, so I have a friend who, I go for long stretches of time not seeing her or even talking to her all that much via text or Facebook or something. But when she would visit her family back where we both grew up, she'd be like, hey, I'm going to be in town. And we get together and it's almost no time at all had passed. So.
But that's not a group though.
No, that's true.
It
would probably be much harder the more people.
So at some point, if you're listening and you have a group of friends that have stayed in touch for more than 3 years, at some point we're going to learn how to read comments in other places. Yeah, I know you can comment on YouTube.
On YouTube,
Or you can reach out on our social media. We are Middle Ground Books.
It's at Middle Ground Books.
At Middle Ground Books. And that's on Instagram and the Facebooks and the TikToks and all of the things. Are we on Tumblr?
No. No.
Do we have a MySpace page?
No.
I kind of want to start a MySpace
Can
page
you
now.
still do that?
Yes, you can. I think,
I didn't know you could do that.
It's still there. I don't think anyone uses it. But
Coming soon. Middle Ground Books MySpace page.
Oh my gosh. Well, and I tried to find my page back and get back to it, but I can't. It was a way old email and I can't.
You haven't asked the question.
Yeah, if this was a food item.
A lot of they do tend to of course, eat at their sleepover or even go out sometimes. Each Galentine's Day they get together is a little different. I would say the cover of the book has a heart-shaped cake on it, so maybe it would be that.
Or a box of Valentine chocolates.
Yeah.
So it's sweet and it makes you a little bit sick, and it's not for those that are
diabetic.
It was sweet. Yeah, it was a sweet story about your friends and being there for each other through all the things that life throws at you.
Would this be considered women's literature?
Yes.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that a guy couldn't read it.
So there's not a warning inside, like we read in Dungeon Crawler Carl today with the crossbow.
No, it's just probably not something a guy would pick. It's a very pink cover with a heart-shaped cake on the front. Very girly. But yeah, it was a sweet story. So it'd be something sweet. Like a cake. Well, and so I sort of do a sort of Galentine. It's not really Galentine, but so I get together with my sisters and my cousins. We haven't done it for a while, and I really miss it. But we would try to get together a couple times a year, all of us, and usually there would be cupcakes. So maybe it would be a cupcake.
See, and I think
Becca makes
feel like
amazing like chocolate, like these mocha, like they're like a coffee and chocolate cupcake that are freaking delicious. So maybe it would be that Becca's mocha cupcake.
So I feel like for guys in our region, like it wouldn't be, somebody makes this really great thing and we eat. It's like, oh no, we go and throw concrete blocks off the viaduct. Like,
yeah, our get-together's not like that.
Or we go and we all bring our favorite bottle of whatever.
Bush Light. No.
No, that would not be your friends.
No, Bush Light has its place.
Lance, what have you been reading?
So I've got a couple, but I'm going to talk about Once Upon a Tome by Oliver Darkshire. I know you guys have been reading Oliver Darkshire.
We did read.
Oliver Darkshire's kind of become a thing.
Oh, I don't know. I just read Little Debbie and
Isabella
I both
Nag,
we both listened to Isabella Nag and the Pot of Basil.
And has another one coming out, I think.
The sequel to that, yeah.
Yes.
March, maybe? Something like that?
That might even be a prequel, if I'm understanding the snippet of it right that I've read about it.
And so Once Upon a Tome is a fictionalized memoir about working in a antique and vintage bookshop in the UK. I think it's Southerns is the name. I'm not actually sure if Southerns should maybe even. I didn't do my backwards hat research on this. I just read the book, and I don't have the book because this is another one of the ones that we had bought when we were in Seattle, and I never talked about it. And I thought, I really should have because it was cool. Because we've only been at the book selling business for about a year and a half. Like we've always loved books. We've read.
Always collected books.
Yeah, we've read for several weeks. And if you read, it's kind of cool because I kind of Googled Oliver Darkshire just to see anything about this person. And it read, lives in, I think it was a house with his husband and with books that he intended not to collect. And so, we thinned ours from 2,200 to
I don't know what the count is now.
1,000 or so. And,
they keep
they're
showing
coming
up.
back.
I remember you guys on a previous podcast theorizing that our house is haunted, and that's why all these books keep showing up.
I don't know where they come from.
Oh, look, there's more.
Speaking of the haunting, he talks about how books pop off the shelf and these other things.
Yeah, that does happen at our bookstore,
and,
too.
people talk about the story being haunted, and it's like, I
don't think so.
You don't have to be.
I think it's because someone upstairs jumped up and down, and therefore the book down here
But it does add a little romance and mystery. And, a lot of really great things he talks about. So for us here in the Midlands of the United States, we don't find books from 1300. We don't find books from 1700. Like
we think a book is old if it's from 1902.
Yeah, and we've had a handful from like 1850s, 1870s. And that's
really
very
old.
Rare. Yeah,
that's coming up on the statehood of Kansas, and it's. Before that, Kansas was an Indian territory, and et cetera, et cetera. So,
are you saying in this book he does find books from 1300?
Yeah, because he's in. I think Southerns is supposed to be in London, and he, in lots of ways. What's the name of the bookshop in Harry Potter in Diagon Alley? Something in Blotts.
Flourish and Blotts.
Flourish and Blotts. Yeah. It kind of hit the bookstore. He talks about some of the customers, like their cryptids, some of them, and other customers like this group of guys that always come in and ask for Ayn Rand.
Wow.
That's
okay.
There's kind of a stereotype for somebody who's looking for Ayn Rand.
Yeah.
That's.
I read one of her books when I was in high school and have never tried again.
Yeah.
I think, you got the idea.
But a lot of it is kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of like it's witty and clever. But I also got some really like he mentions one book, the ABCs of book collecting or something like that. And I've actually, like, it's a tremendous resource. It talks about like old folios.
So you bought that book after reading this book?
Yeah, absolutely. And it just talks about, vintage books and archives and collecting. And,
And doesn't it also talk about, I can't remember the name he uses for it, but like an agent who works for the bookstore and goes out and finds
runners.
runners.
Yeah, and we have a runner.
I know.
one.
That he was like, we have a runner.
I was like, we have one of those.
Yeah.
Not
Look
to
at
name
us,
names,
being
but
fancy.
I'm not going to talk anything about Cecil.
We've had one from the beginning.
Yeah, it's awesome. And so it was, especially like we're fairly new at this, and it talks about, it's a very different sort of vibe because we sell both new and used books, and our used books, like most of them are just, the Pulp Fiction. Every now and again we'll get in collectors or vintage volumes, and some of them are kind of odd. Some of them probably won't sell very quick in Emporia, and hopefully in March you'll be able to look at our website and actually see what we have in stock.
Yes, that's something we're looking forward to rolling out hopefully in March, that our in-store inventory will be available as a catalog online.
I think that'll be great, especially for the vintage things, because vintage books are cool.
Like
and you friends who are listening in Ireland and France and Sweden and Australia can find some books you want.
Yes. So anyway, it was really a lot of fun as a book, especially if you have any interest in bookstores or vintage books, or just seeing life from kind of a different perspective.
Can you tell us the title again?
The name of the book was Once Upon a Tome. If you Google it, you're going to find the ABC television show, and that's not it. And there's no relation between those two things. Look for Oliver Darkshire, and from Oliver Darkshire, you'll find Once Upon a Tome. And it's really slim. It's like a little over 100 pages. It was a really quick read.
Okay, so are you going to ask him his...
Oh, yeah. What food would it be?
I would have to say that it is like a sugar cube, because it doesn't leave a lot residual. Like, it was fast. It was sweet. It's not like nourishing. It's not life-changing, like no profound insights or anything. Nothing even really to struggle with.
A quick jolt of energy?
I don't even know if it's kind of a cozy, like it's a tongue-in-cheek memoir. It's a love letter to an old bookstore, and to bookstores as businesses. I did look up the Kirkus review, and there's one. Oh, where's the quote? They put in a couple of good quotes, but they talk about the ugly stepchild of the antiques business of the art world. That's what book. Like vintage and antique books. And
I think a bookstore is a wonderful place. I mean, every town needs one. And we might not be highbrow, but we're home for a lot of people. As we found with this blizzard this weekend.
Yes.
Like, we thought the store would be dead, but no. There were still a
handful of people
who came in and to be together and be home in the cold.
Yeah.
It's like Cheers, only for nerds.
Yes, it is. Well, and
Find your geekosystem.
We got a sweet note from one of our employees.
That,
what was it? Thanks for creating a beautiful place to be.
To exist.
Or to exist.
Yeah.
It was very sweet, very touching. I almost cried.
Hey, so what do we got going on? We're coming up on February. We did have to reschedule the Bridgerton Ladies' Tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's open to everyone, not
Gentlemen
only
may
ladies.
also attend, yes. Someone did ask, I think we had someone sign up that said they were going to bring a person with them. They're like, is it only for women? I'm like,
no.
You're welcome
Did you
to bring
point
whoever.
out-
Men and women both drink tea.
Yes, and I did tell, I was like, it's probably mostly going to be ladies, but
Did you
if your
at
fellow
least
wants
ask,
to come,
as long as it's like he has to come of his own volition. Like if he's tied up and they like wheel him in on a Red Ryder wagon, I think we're going to have problems.
Yeah, I don't think so. So anyway, yeah, we have rescheduled to February 7th. This is Saturday at 4 p.m. Still same kind of game plan. We're going to come
4
dressed
p.m.?
up. Yes, 4 p.m. We're
Dressed up.
Come
So I'm
dressed
going to
up.
wear the dinosaur costume?
You don't have to wear a full like Regency costume. Like that's who has a Regency era gown like just hanging in their closet. I do not. I wish I did. That'd be cool. But
We can do
just
our
wear
best.
something nice. Wear something nice.
Sweatpants.
No. Anyway, our plan is we'll, have tea and some little small bites and maybe play a game. And then also we're going to make some masquerade ball masks since this season of Bridgerton features a masquerade ball. So, yeah, it'll be fun.
And what if someone lives in Sweden and they aren't able to attend the Bridgerton tea party?
They can brew up a pot of tea for themselves
And watch Bridgerton on, I think it's on Netflix, right?
yeah.
And
And
there
they
were-
can also check out our social media because we'll be posting photos of the event, I'm sure.
Or shop our bookstore on bookshop.org and buy a Bridgerton book that way.
And for our one friend from Sweden, if you call us, we will FaceTime you and put you in there virtually.
It's true. We could make like a Zoom attendance. Yeah, we could. If
So, yeah.
people requested it.
Message us on the socials at Middle Ground Books on the Facebooks, the Instagram, the TikToks, and coming soon, MySpace.
Sure.
All
Why
the,
not?
all the modern things.
all
Yeah,
the
modern.
things.
We also will be having Black History Month as well. So
And then also coming up will be Galentine's Day, like the book I read, Galentine's. So bring your besties to the bookstore for a Galentine's Day mocktails. And on the 13th, we'll also have Blind Date with a book. So pick up one of those.
and our first ever Spanish language story time on Valentine's Day, February 14th.
I think you should also have just a pile of bad blind dates with a book. Like, this is from your friend that doesn't really like you very much.
She set you up with somebody who,
It was
not your type
horrible.
at all.
Yeah.
Well, you could just mislabel them. You could be like, you
That's
could
so mean.
No. I'm saying like tell people that that's what it is. These are bad blind dates. So it's
Oh.
like it has a tag that says it's like fantasy, but you open it up and it's Stephen King, or like it
I think
says
that's
that
mean.
it says that it's horror, and you open it up and it's
A cozy mystery.
a cozy mystery. Yeah, like
Or
I don't know.
teaching your cat about firearm safety.
yes,
That is a great book.
We haven't had that one for a while. We need to get it back.
Oh, I thought we still had a copy.
No, we need another one.
Okay.
Anyway. So book clubs, the mysterious mystery.
Yes, we will be discussing The Murder at World's End on February 17th.
Oh, yes. By the way, I was going to tell you, I don't think you saw it. We posted that on Instagram, that's the book that you're going to be reading. And the author responded and said, I hope you enjoy it.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's almost as cool as somebody listening to us in Sweden. Like, almost.
It really, I finished the book now. It's a really good book. I'm really excited to talk about it with people who show up. And like we said, you can buy it on, you can get an ebook on bookshop.org, or you can get it audiobook on Libro FM, or we have ordered some copies to have in the store. So just let us know. We can set you up with a copy and join us for the discussion.
And if you are from Sweden,
Probably your ebook would be a better idea.
and we'll just live stream you in.
Yeah. And what about the fantasy book club?
Fantastical fantasy book club with rainbows and unicorns.
Well, this month's book does not have rainbows or unicorns.
It just has outrage. It
Yes.
has lots of outrage.
Yes.
Because you thought, this month what I need more of is outrage.
I should have picked a cozy fantasy. You're right. This was a little heavy. I just was like, this is a short book. It's been on my TBR. Let's go with this. But it is called The Lies of the Ajongo by Moses Ose Utomi. Hoping I'm saying that right.
He sounds like he might be Swedish.
No, he is. He's American. His parents are Nigerian, I believe.
Yes.
So, it has a lot of African lore, I guess, in it. And
And that group will be meeting on February 19th, which is Thursday.
it says February 12th in the thing. Well, we're having an event the 19th, so I don't think another event.
So maybe that's why it got changed this month, because it's supposed to be the third Thursday. So the 12th would not be the third Thursday. That'd be the second. So sorry for that.
And the Beer and Beowulf will be the last Saturday of this month.
the last sort of January.
Of January.
Depends on when you're listening to this.
And we may continue Beowulf because, we may want to listen to it, talk about it in Old English, just in case we fall through a time hole.
It's true.
Right.
If you find yourself like George.
It could happen, and if
time.
it was, it's like, wow, I'm really glad I drank beer and read Beowulf. I feel like it also just prepares you for lots of other things.
I actually did read, I went and read some stuff about the kings of England and learned about King Edward I and King Edward II, who both are in the book quite a bit. So I learned some history because of this book.
Nice.
And I think we have drawn to the end of our time. We had more books to talk about. Like I talked about the Oliver Darkshire book just because this one was like, I really should have talked about that one. And I have another one on the table here to talk about, but it's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna
Maybe
have
next time.
Yeah. So, but until next time,
We'll meet you in the middle.
Book lovers, this is Deborah from Middle Ground Books. You've been listening to Middle Ground Books After Hours, recorded here in Emporia, Kansas with Lance, Megan, and me. Come to Middle Ground Books to meet your friends, find your next great read, or help a child discover the wonder of imagination. Middle Ground Books After Hours is produced and remotely engineered by Cosmic Atom Sound Studios, producing the vision and making it sound. Cosmic Atom Sound Studios. Let's come together and build something new. We're so glad you spent this time with us after hours. Goodbye until next time when we meet you in the middle.
hey guys, people may not know that we are also on the internet.
What?
Yeah.
So how would they find us on the internet, Megan?
Aren't they listening to us on the internet right now, Lance?
No, I think they're listening to us on their telephones.
Oh.
Sorry. We're going to have to try that again. They're listening to us on the telephones. Okay. All right. You guys are silly.
Not me. I am calm and sedate.
Sure, okay.
Bow! Bow!
Ron has to listen to all this.
We're so sorry, Ron.
Think of Ron.